Hey everybody, this is Gail Sawchuk. I'm an educational consultant in Colorado and wanted to share a video about Scholastic, how they are similar to Usborne, how they differ, and how we can approach schools that are already working with them and show them that Usborne is a great alternative. A little background, Scholastic has been around since 1920, primarily working in the school market. So they have a long history of being kind of the only player on the block providing book fairs and programs to schools. So they have some great advantages there. In comparison, Usborne's really in the infancy of working with schools and libraries. And we only have a fraction of our consultants who are working with schools. And so we're just beginning to build our reputation for the services that we have to offer. Some of the benefits that Scholastic has, just so you know, when you're approaching schools and get an idea of why they have selected to work with Scholastic and may choose to continue to work with Scholastic. Probably number one is that they have books that kids recognize. They're going to have the Star Wars, Legos, Minecraft, Harry Potter. So they're books that kids love, and that makes them easy to sell. There's a misconceived notion that their books are cheaper, and really probably their average price point's about the same as ours. We offer plenty of $5 books, and they offer plenty of books and sets and kits in the $30 and $40 range. But what they do offer are some discounted books, typically ones that are a little outdated, and those can go, I've seen, as low as $2.50 or $3. Another thing that Scholastic offers, which is fantastic, is that their books come in these gigantic metal cases, and all the librarians have to do is open them up and put up the signage, and that portion of the book fair is all ready to go. However, they do also send a lot of books in boxes, and those still need to be set up in tables, so there's definitely work to be done. Their cash registers are fantastic. They're very easy for a volunteer to learn how to use, and it makes it easy for people to participate in their book fairs. Another great advantage is just that they have a history, that they've been around for a long time, that librarians know what to expect and what they're going to get, and so it's easy for them to just continue. One thing that they do is scale up their rewards. So their basic package is pretty similar to ours. However, they will add extra incentives for booking additional book fairs during the year and for reaching certain price points. So let's now talk about Usborne and what we have to offer. Of course, number one for us is our high quality educational books that teachers and parents and kids, librarians all love. And our books are non-commercial. So while it is an advantage for Scholastic, it's also an advantage for us. It gives parents and the school another alternative to have books that don't have all those characters, that are promoting education and learning and all the great things that our books do. We also offer personal service. I highly recommend, especially when you're working with a school for the first time, that you be there for the entire process. Help them order the books, set up the book fair, be there for wish lists and talking to the kids about our books and doing little book previews, for manning the book fair all hours that kids and parents are there, having you or volunteers do the cash register, packing up the book fair. That is something that Scholastic absolutely does not offer and puts us at a huge advantage, especially as many librarian positions are getting cut or shared. They're just super busy, and that's something that we can offer that Scholastic just won't. We also, I mentioned our rewards are competitive and they're fantastic to be able to offer the 50% back in free books, or depending on the book fair size, about 25% in cash. So I don't think that our rewards are anything that the librarians need to be concerned about. However, our books being offered can be a huge advantage because oftentimes either the librarians can't take Scholastic books, they are not allowed by their district, or they just don't want them because they don't offer the library bound and they're just not the quality of books that they want to have in their library. Another thing that we offer is flexibility, where Scholastic book fairs are pretty much status quo in how long they're going to be. We can come in for just a night, we can be there for 3 days, we can be there for 5, for 2 weeks, depending on your schedule, but that's something that we can offer, is meeting the needs of the school. So as you are going and approaching librarians and schools about the possibility of doing a book fair, you definitely do not want to disparage Scholastic because they may be extremely happy with how their Scholastic book fairs are going. You just want to be able to offer that we have another alternative. So perhaps they just do one book fair a year in the fall or the spring, and you can offer doing one at the opposite time. Maybe they're doing 2 and they're not super thrilled, or it's fine, but they would love the idea of a different kind of book fair, and then you can offer to do yours either in the fall or spring. I do have a few schools that already have their fall and spring one, but they have me come in the winter or later in the spring towards the end of the year. So typically with more upper middle class schools, a third book fair can be an option as well. And don't be discouraged if they're not interested in a book fair, because there's plenty of other ways that we can work with them. They can have their Scholastic book fair and then choose to spend the money that they earn on our books, which is great. You go in and get a wish list from them and do a literacy for a lifetime, and everybody wins. And I do that with several schools as well. And you can talk to them about other programs or other ways of sharing the books with the school. Perhaps doing a teacher lounge is a great way to get in, show the teachers the books, and then maybe they talk to the librarian about how they would love to have our book fair as well. I think a good approach is just talking to them about their book fair. What do they like about it? What are they not super happy about? So that you can kind of compare the two and see if we might be a good option. Another question I hear a lot is about the teacher program, and Scholastic has flyers that get sent home with the classrooms. The teachers get points for any book that the parents order, and then that's how they create their classroom library. So we don't exactly have a program that works just like that, but you can send home our school and library flyers and set up an e-fair that parents order through, and the classroom would get that 50% back if they meet that minimum. So it works best if you have at least a grade level doing it, so you're getting enough orders, or hopefully a whole school. And you can do that for 1 month or for several months. You have some flexibility in how that works as well. And another way to offer teacher rewards, again, is trying to do a teacher lounge event. I like to either offer buy 2 books and get 1 free, or 25% off, and that gives teachers some discounted books for their classroom as well. So I hope that has answered some of your questions. At Scholastic, it's, like I said, has been doing this for a very long time, but we can offer a really great quality book fair event for schools. Thanks.